Hello and welcome to Casual Wednesday here at GTV. I forgot my suit at home, so here we are. I'm your host, Matthew Eckerberg. The GHS electronics class has made it into the top 10 of the Samsung Solve for Tomorrow contest, where they built and designed an agriculture spraying drone system. GTV's Michael Hayworth filed this report.
The Gering High School electronics class recently entered Samsung Solve for Tomorrow contest. To find out more information, I asked some of the students involved with the project and where their idea had come from.
We came up with our project because we live in an agricultural area and we see how much chemicals and pesticides are used.
I also asked how many different prototypes they created and what some of the problems they faced in the building process of their drone were.
I'd say it took us about 4 prototypes to finally get it to where we wanted it to.
At first we had 2 cans, and that was too heavy, so we went down to 1, but then the liquid in it would slosh around and it would kind of screw up the weight. Yeah, balance.
Later, the question of how they were going to test their design arose, and this is how they solved it.
So it's winter in Nebraska, and with tape we're marking. We're making a grid out of tape, so we can have an artificial field. And when the grid is done, we're gonna take red X's with red tape, and we're gonna make fake weeds, or just like objective points that we had to spray. And after we complete the grid with the objective markers, we're gonna take the scout drone, go out there and make little points so the spray drone can go out there and spray the designated spots.
This has been Michael from GTV. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Michael. With our school now in the top 10 of the contest, we're in the running for the Community's Choice Award. Be sure to tweet hashtag SamsungSolveGHS to submit your vote in order to support the hardworking students. With the cold weather starting to wane, the time to get out and enjoy the snow is rapidly decreasing. If you're looking for ideas, maybe you could go out and enjoy the slopes in a day of skiing. But how much do you actually know about skiing? I filed this report. Some people take no thought at all to go skiing. Some people have to think a lot to ski. But most people probably don't think of where skiing originated while skiing. Skiing has been around for over 5,000 years and is done in almost every country and culture, even in Hawaii. However, modern skis weren't invented until sometime around the 1200s in Norway and were in use by farmers and even soldiers. The first chairlifts wouldn't be invented until 700 years later, when a ski resort in Sun Valley, Idaho decided to try something new and commissioned James Curran of Union Pacific's engineering department in Omaha to develop a ski lift similar to his cargo loader for ships. The same basic design that Curran invented is still in use today. One of the last major advances in skis was in 1993 when the company Elan SCX invented a ski that was wider at the tip and the end than in the middle, which made turning much easier than before. So next time you go skiing, keep in mind that you're in the company of Vikings and kings in your choice of recreation. Hopefully that helped you learn a thing or two about skiing. Now, while you may not think it, one of the winter sports that Gering High School participates in is swimming and diving, of all things. You'd think that the cold weather would discourage people from taking off their heavy coats. Despite this, Gering's Avery Bailey set a new record at a recent meet. We at GTV filed this report.
Gering High School currently has 4 students competing on the swimming and diving team. I recently caught up with GHS senior Avery Bailey, one of the team's top divers.
My name is Avery Bailey, and I'm currently on my 2nd year in diving.
Avery recently broke the CCAT record in diving.
The record has been on the board since 2006. I think his name is Camacho Arellano. His score was 366 point something, I think, and I got 370.
Avery's love of diving started early, at the swimming pool and on the trampoline.
I pretty much taught myself. It all started on the trampoline. I was doing flips on the trampoline, and then I took it to the pool with my friend Jacob. During the summer, I just always go to the pool, and I just lived at the diving board. I never liked swimming. I just always liked going off the diving board.
Bailey is goal-oriented and has high goals for the remainder of this year.
Right now, I am 9th in the state. My goal this year is to take top 5. Hopefully it goes the way I want. We'll see.
We at GTV wish Avery and all the CCATs the best this year. This has been Derek reporting for GTV. Back to the studio.
Congratulations again, Avery. It's great to see students giving back to the community. In fact, just a little under a month ago, students here at GHS did just that. Reporter Santiago caught up with a few of them.
On today's news, we have Ellie Wilson, president of the Health Profession Club, to tell us about a few things that happened at the student blood drive.
I'm Allie Wilson, and I'm president of Health Professions Club. Today we have about 40 students and staff members signed up to donate blood.
There's 40 students and staff members that signed up, and some of those students were actually their first time donating.
So this blood drive was put on by Health Profession, so students at school could donate blood, and teachers too. People this time of year, they are really sick and they really are low on blood, so that helps a lot.
I'm Megan Mueller, and this is my first time donating blood.
We have asked Megan, was she nervous or scared?
A little bit, but not really. Not too bad.
Well, there you have it, folks. This has been Santiago, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Santiago, and thank you to all the students that donated blood. This is definitely something that we here at GTV hope to see happen again next year. Speaking of yearly occurrences, Gering has had the privilege of hosting another foreign exchange student this year. GTV's Nate Fahrenbrook filed this report.
Belgium, home to 10 million people, but however is smaller than our home state of Nebraska. From that 10 million, a young lady named Yasinia has decided to come to the United States as a foreign exchange student to increase her knowledge of the English language. This is what she had to say. Well, one of my questions I wanted to ask you, and first before I do, I want to thank you for actually agreeing to do this. It's not often we have a foreign exchange student here. But my first question is, well, what was the reason why you came to the United States?
So basically why I decided to become an exchange student is because I didn't know what to do. Like, I was not sure yet what I was going to do in my future.
Okay.
And then I really wanted to learn English at like a higher level. I mean, like, we had 5 years of English in school, but becoming fluent...
Which I can tell very well. I mean, you always continue.
Yeah. So, and then my mom always told me that if you wanted to become fluent in one language, you should just go there and live with them. That's how you learn most about their culture and then language. So that's why I decided to come here.
Yasinia also mentioned that this is only her second time in the United States, and her first time was with her parents in New York City. Well, now, for the last part, what are some of the major differences? Is it between your guys' perhaps government or culture and with a parliament?
We are a monarchy, so we have a king, of course, but he's just a symbol, like he's a symbol of our country. Yeah. But he is basically
like England.
Yeah, he's basically powerless, and the prime minister is kind of our president more. There you go. Anyways, this has been Nate Fahrenbrook. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Nate, and thank you to Yasinia for being here at Gering High School with us. I think I speak for the rest of the speech team when I say that her being here has benefited the team a lot. The Art 4 class here at Gering High School has been working on a project where they'll be painting a fence over by the baseball field near Guile Elementary. Cameron Busey gathered the information for us.
Gering High School students are always trying to find ways to give back to the community. Mr. Boshi's Art 4 is currently working on a fence for the community greenhouse.
The community greenhouse was just donated back to the community from Cap One. So the owner of the community greenhouse came to me. We try to do community projects in Art 4. So I'm always looking for community projects, and she actually approached me to redesign a fence that will be facing out towards the baseball fields for the kids. So what she came to me is she wanted something kid-friendly, very bright, and she just wanted us to create this fence. So my class, in turn, is coming up with different themes to cover. They each get 3 boards, and they have to create 3 different characters or one scene out of the 3 boards to present for this fence for the baseball team, for the baseball fields.
This has been Cameron Busey, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Cameron. Be sure to check out the completed fence later this spring. This has been your special episode of Casual Wednesday GTV. If you'd like to see more, be sure to check us out on YouTube at GHS Technology. This has been GTV. I'm your host, Matthew Eckerberg, and I'll see you in the next episode.